Hi, good morning. A very good morning to my lecturer, Dr. Amy, and also my panel, Dr. Jokiswari. So, my name is Anjali and I'm from Constituent. I'm from Faculty of Business Management and Professional Studies. And the topic that I took for this assignment to is the impact and the importance of training and development on employee performance. So we will move on to the introduction. For the introduction, training and development methods are conducted to contribute to the organization overall aim, as this benefit not only the organization but also the individuals that make up that organization. Human resource management (HRM) notion stress up upon the aspect that human capital employed in any particular organization must be considered as the organization's asset instead of cost. Performance in an organization is realized at the levels of the organization's process and persons, and the interrelationship between these will establish the organization's vantage points. Research and studies pertaining the direct and indirect effect of human resource practices towards organizational performance conducted in many development countries exhibited indications of a noticeability encouraging relationship between the human resource management practices of an organization and the organization's overall performance. For the background of the research, good and operative training of retainers help in their motives and knowledge development, which sometimes helps a company moderate its productivity, leading to overall growth. Training is about knowing where you are in the present and after some time where will you reach with your capacities. Training can be offered as skill development for individuals and groups. There are also 7 fundamentals in human resource management, which is recovery and selection, performance improvement, learning and development, extraction, planning, compensation and benefit, and HR information systems, and also HR data and analysis are considered footing and effective human resource management. Training and development plays a vital function in enhancing job holders' performance and increasing productivity, thereby results in organizational effectiveness. For the problem statement for my research is training and development in public sector is haphazard and unplanned and unsystematic, and several of its employees, such as machine operators, juniors and middle-level engineers, accountant, clerks, computer operational, secretaries, drivers, and many other countries of workers have not qualified for any form of training, nor there are any process of staff development in the place. A brief interaction with some employees did show that the management of public sectors see the cost inaccurate in the acquisition and maintenance of plant and equipment as more relevant than the expenses of the training and development of its staff. Organizations need to consider the cost, time, and expenditure involved in training and development activities as an investment rather than a cost. For the research objective, the first research objective is to identify the effect of training and development method on employee performance. And the second objective is to determine the importance of training and development on employee performance. For the research question, the first question is what are the effects of training and development? For the second question is what is the importance of training and development implemented in an organization? Next, we'll move on to the significance of the research, where the significance of this research is that it will provide the benefit to understand the importance of training and development in the workplace and the impact of training and development. It will be very helpful for the organization to know about the significance of training and development on employee performance in an organization. Next, we will move on to the scope of the research. Training is a systematic process that involves changing an employee abilities, attitude, and behavior in order for them to do a specific job. The first phase in the training process is to determine whether or not personnel need to be trained. denotes that current and prospective issues as well as a gap between the employee actual performance and the standard performance could reveal the need of training. The objective for which the training will be done are established once the needs have been identified. The goals could be based on the gap identified in previous training programs and the skill sets created by the personnel. Next, we'll move on to the limitation of the research. Training and development is a strong driver leading towards employee performance. Managers need to conduct regular meetings with their employees and listen to their problem, and not only listen but also provide solutions to their problem. When the employees will feel satisfaction that the managers are paying attention to their problem and they are available for the employees, as a high result of employee will be loyal and their job satisfaction level will be high. Managers should also frequently ask employees about their obstacles and in performing well or up to the task. Definition of the key terms. Employee training and development is described as a system utilized by a business to improve its employee abilities and performance. An efficient training and development program is based on a training requirements analysis at the organization in improving workforce skills and increasing production. Training is a method of improving an employee's skills, knowledge, and competences. Employees are frequently given a job-related training to ensure they can perform successfully on their assigned activities and contribute to the organization successfully. Next, we will move on to the literature review. For the literature review are intended to give readers an overview of the sources when researching a certain issue to show them how our research fits in their larger field of study. Training and development basically deals with the acquisitions of understanding, know-how, techniques, and practices. In fact, training and development is one of the imperatives of human resource management as it can improve performance at individual, collegial, and organizational level. As the process of increasing one capacity to take action, organizations are now increasingly becoming particular with organizational learning and therefore collective development. Strategically, organizational learning makes us use of training and development as one of the several responses deals with acquisition of understanding, know-how, and techniques and also practices. Next, we will move on to the review. Training and development are planned learning experience on why employees and how to perform current and future jobs more effectively. Basically, the objective of training and development is to contribute to the organizational overall good. Closing the skills gap is now a critical area of human resource development for organizations to continuously penetrate the market. This required that human resource management professionals should start the cultivation of the workforce from the recruitment period. However, this is not easy to consider that there are specific works which require customization of skills and not hire employees increase the social skills aside from the basic skill. There are two theories which I conclude in this research, which is first is expansive theory, where employees are learning when they believe that they can learn from the training according to extrinsic theory. Only when learning and transfer are relatable to the result can learn and transfer improve. Expendencies, instrumental, and violence according to the expansive theory are three factors that influence a person's conduct. Expectations are the relationship between attempting and to do an activity and do it successfully. The value that a person sets on a result is called valence, how it is important to perform in a job. The second theory is goal setting theory, where a person's behavior is influenced by his or her commitment to achieve their goals. When the trainee knows he or she will be rewarded for completing the assignment, he or she will be more motivated. Setting precise, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-targeted, which is SMART goals, a part of the goal-setting theory. The trainee is aware of the trainer's expectation of the trainee. Next, we will move on to the research framework and also hypothesis. This is my research framework, where the independent variable is training and development and dependent variable is employee competency level. For the hypothesis, for the first hypothesis is training and development of employee has positive impact on employee performance. For the second hypothesis is there is a significance and positive effect of training and development in employee performance. Next, we will move on to the research methodology. In order to test the hypothesis developed in this study, a self-administrated questions were designed and collected within the organization located in Klang Valley. Because of its high populations, over 4 million is the hundreds of Malaysians, industry and e-commerce. Furthermore, a number of researchers have focused their research in Klang Valley due to neutralization of the area. A convenient sampling, non-probability sampling technique were used to select employees from organizational which conduct formal performance appraisal and training and development system in terms of utilizations and applicability. The elements of the research. A survey questionnaire were designed to study the impact of the training and development on an organizational commitment which results in intention to meet. A respondent were asked to rate based on 5-point length. Moreover, a cover letter was attached with the questionnaire to explain the research objective and encourage employees to participate in the study. For the population and sampling, 10 questionnaires were distributed among the different employees in the organization in public sector. 10 questionnaires were completed information required. The response rate was agreeable. Convenience sampling technique were used for the study, and the data gathered by the using self-administrated questionnaire and the participation was voluntary. For the measurement of the variable, 2 variables were used in the study, which is training development and employee performance and job satisfaction. Equally, 10 questions of training and development and employee performance were used. Job satisfaction as 2 questions were adopted from this research. All variables were measured using 5 points like scale. 5 representatives strongly agree and 1 which is disagree. For the instrument and data collection method, type of the research instrument that were used in the survey encompasses any meaning procedure that involve asking questions of the respondent. The type of surveys can vary on the span of the time used to conduct the study. They can be comprised of cross-sectional surveys and or longitudinal surveys. Type of the question asked in the survey include free answer, which also referred as open-ended question. This include unrestricted essay or unguided questions. Secondly is guided response type, which recall type questions asking the participant to recall a set of categories and multiple choice of or multiple response question. This is a qualitative data. When collecting qualitative interview data, the main instrument for data collection is the researcher's him or herself. The researcher observes, take notes, talk to people, and conducts interview for the qualitative data. For the data analysis tests and tools, PLS is the tool or test that was employed. The partial least square path modeling technique is a variance-based structural equation modeling technique commonly used in business and social science. Because of its ability of stimulate composition and factors, it's a powerful statistical tool for new technology research. The purpose of this study is to discuss these difficulties. This paper's design methodology approach combines new findings and takes a fresh look at PLS path modeling. And finally, for the conclusion, training is one of the most powerful motivators as it may lead to the variant of benefit of both individuals, organizations on exiting on the achievement of organizational goals. The impact of training and development on employee performance was investigated in this study. The goal is to assess and analyze the impact of employee training and development in their performance. A sample of 10 respondents was chosen to meet their goals. The survey showed some interesting findings such as average employees' strong view that training increases their skills, knowledge, and abilities as well as their job satisfaction. That's all from me. Thank you so much for Dr. Aimi and also Madam Jogesri for listening to my presentation. Thank you so much.